Welcome back to Myra Lorraine. Thank you all for stopping in to watch another video. Now today I have something for all of you guys who like seeing the things that I make for my hubby. If you're not one of those folks, then this video is not for you. Today I'm just gonna have a brief video about something that I made for my husband for him to wear going out to dinner. We have an opportunity where we're going to be going out to dinner, and I'm going to get to wear that beautiful dress I made. Finally, I'm going to get to wear it. But he wanted something. He didn't want to wear suits like he always wore before. He wanted to wear something that was kind of dressy, but a little bit on the casual dressy side. So I had something in mind, and oh my God, it turned out much better than I thought. Even though I didn't get the fabric that I actually wanted, I had to settle, but you guys will see what I mean. It turned out fabulous. So let's get started talking about it. First off, I want to talk about the pattern that I used for him. I went and used one of his TNTs. I love using this, and you guys have seen me make many tops, many different tops from this pattern. It is the Jaylee 3137. It's a men's polo, and it is just a beautiful pattern for me to work with. A lot of people that had made the pattern, who had seen me made it and they made it as well, had some struggles with the placket. And so I actually put up a video, and I'll link that video up here or up here, wherever it is. I will link that video up so that if you've not made it and you want to make it, maybe that video will help you to understand that placket. Once you get it, you get it. But I changed the front of this pattern so much. Oh my gosh, I did. And I don't believe, I check and see, but I don't believe I did. Did I take any pictures of that the way I did it? Yes, I did. I took a picture, and I'll show you. But first off, before I show you what I did, I should show you what it looks like so you'll understand what I did in the pictures. It was really super easy to do. This pattern, other than what you're about to see, everything else except for the front went together just as is, as instructed by the pattern. The only thing that changed was the front pattern piece and the hemline. So I had a vision, and I'm going to show you my vision first because I sketched it. I had a vision, and some of you who are in the age bracket that I am may know what I'm talking about when I say these guys back in the day used to wear these really nice, what we call Banlon type shirts. And oh my gosh, I used to love them. I mean, if you watch like movies from the Temptations or the 5 Heartbeats or, you know, things like that, they used to wear those Banlons back in that day. Well, I knew that my husband would like that. I knew he would. So I started to sketch out this sketch. And my sketch really doesn't look a whole lot like this one this time because the color was different. I don't know why I sketched it in that color, but I sketched it just like this one I'm bringing up to show you. This is my sketch. I sketched it in this gold color, and I put cable stitches. Those are supposed to be, I know it's really, my sketches are terrible. They are, but it's the best that I can do to hold my thoughts, what's going on in my head. But I sketched this in gold, and I made the squiggly lines to emulate cable stitch, like a cable stitch sweater. That's basically what I wanted. So after I showed this sketch to him, he goes, I like that. I like it a lot. So I set out to make it for him. Now, I know my husband is not gonna wear gold or mustard. And the reason why I know that is I did make him one in mustard, and I'll pop that picture up here. And while we both loved it, we just didn't like the way it looked on against his complexion. In some of the pictures, he looks really good, but if you were to see him in real life in that, you'd see exactly what we're talking about. The mustard and the gold kind of washes him out. So I knew I wasn't going to do it in gold. I wanted to do it in a hunter green, but I struggled to find the fabrics, the two textiles that I wanted that matched each other. So let's get started on the fabric. The fabric I got from Minerva, and I purchased two types of fabric for this. And if I can get pictures up here, I'll pop the pictures up. This first one is called a chunky wool sweater stretch knit. Now it is 40% wool and 60% polyester. So it's not a real heavy. It does have some weight to it. So if you were to make a full sweater out of this, it would be heavy. But that's not what I did with it. So I got that. I got a small portion of that. And I also purchased this French terry. It is a rayon French terry, which I've not seen before, but I am in love with this fabric. This rayon French terry is beautiful. Oh my gosh, and it's so super soft. And yes, it does have the loops on the back. It's not heavy. It's just, if you're familiar with a rayon jersey, which is really lightweight and very, very super stretchy and drapey, this has that same drape, but it is a tad bit heavier. It's not super heavy, it's just a tad bit heavier than a rayon, normal rayon jersey. So this rayon French terry is beautiful to work with, just absolutely gorgeous. So those are two of the fabrics that I decided to put together. Now on Minerva's website, they showed these, they look so close in color. I was taking a chance. I did not buy a sample. I went for it and I purchased the two fabrics. When they got here, they were very, very close, but slight difference, a slight difference. And that slight difference made me think I needed to do something else, because I didn't want those two bumping up together just by themselves. You would notice the slight difference. And so what I decided to do was grab a scrap out of my stash, left over from a shirt. I think it was a football jersey that I made for my husband. And if I have that picture, I'll pop that up here too. But I had this black, it was a rayon double knit that I purchased for him to make that. And I had scraps left over, so I used that. So we have three different textiles in here. And all of the fabrics just went together well. Okay, you're gonna say, Myra, stop talking and show us the shirt. Okay, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna show you the shirt now. And then we'll talk about how I put it together. Here is the shirt, and I'll come down so you can see it in its entirety there. I love this shirt. I really, really love this top. It is 100% knit top. It is, oh my gosh, just so gorgeous on him too. He loves this and I love it. I'll turn it so you can see the back. Please forget about the boobs. I always turn around. It has a yoke in the back, which the normal pattern does. The only difference is, as you can see, it has a band on the bottom. I put a band on the bottom and in the front. So this polo doesn't look anything like the envelope picture that I just popped up for you guys, because I used it as because it had all the other bones that I needed to make this top. The only thing I was going to have to change was the bottom hem, which is no big deal. You just make a hem band to put on there. And then the front. So what I did, I'm gonna pop up the picture here, was I took the front piece and I traced it. And then I cut it into the three sections that I wanted. And once I did that, I add 1/2 inch seam allowance around all of the pieces except the side seam, because I wouldn't need that side seam. It already had that on there. So everywhere these other pieces connected is where I added the 1/2 inch seam allowance. And then in the front, because the polo already had a band there, what I had to do was actually, to create this band, I had to take the front two pieces and take them back. I cut them back about, it was 1.5 inches, because I wanted to add this separate band in the front. So that would actually take up that space, because they would overlap. I know it doesn't make sense. I'd probably have to show you guys, but it went together so well. And I'll try to get close-ups. Well, I do have a close-up picture of him. I'll show you some pictures of him in it so you can see it. And I do like the way it looks on him. It fits him really nice. This sweater cable knit, it doesn't have the cables as big as I would like them. You guys know what I mean when I say those big S cables. That's what I wanted. These are small, but it still worked and it looks really good. I'm really glad I decided to put the black sections in there because it separates this part, this cable stitch, from this part, which is about a half a shade off. They're about a half a shade off, and you don't notice it as much with the black in the middle. But he loves this. I like the way it looks on him, and I showed you a close-up of the fabric in the pictures with him. But it is such a great top. I just had to share it with you guys. I know some of you who sew for men, this is a super easy thing to do. I mean, super. For my beginners, probably not. Sorry, you guys. It may take a little more experience, but just for the cutting of the pattern and piecing it together, that part. But for sewing this together, you guys definitely could do this. You definitely could. It was super easy. The buttons I ran over and I got those quick from Joann Fabrics, and they are a gray tortoiseshell look. And the reason why I purchased them was, one, that's all Joann had. I went in there wanting to get this teal color for buttons. They didn't have it. So I looked for the next best thing. I didn't want to put black on here because I thought the black buttons would be too harsh. Even though we have the black here, I just thought it would be too harsh. So I got the gray because the lighter part of these gray buttons, and let me see if I could take this off so I can bring it closer up so you can see it. Okay. Let's bring it up so you can see those buttons. There you go. The lighter part of the gray, it picks up some of the turquoise in the back, so you don't even notice that they are gray. It actually looks really good on the shirt itself. So that's what I really like about it. And as you can see, the shade difference there. But he loves this. And because this does have the cable here with the wool in it, does have a little bit of weight to it, it does make the sweater a little heavier than most T-type sweaters, I guess you would say. It's not really a sweater because this is a French terry. It is super soft, and you see how drapey that is. But you saw it on my husband. It looks really great, and it fits him beautifully. So I hope that's all I have for you guys, and I really hope you enjoy seeing this, my husband's shirt. And I love working on his clothes as well as mine, especially when I get to create something like this and it turns out beautifully. Oh my gosh. Just nice. And who knows, one of these days when I get myself settled in a home, maybe I'll start doing some tutorials. I think I will for you guys, some of these kind of things that I do, because so many people ask me in the comments. I've done a few things for you all, and I have, I think, one coming up that it's not a tutorial, but I wanted to give someone another request from a subscriber asked me about doing something. So I'm going to do that on my next video. So until then, you guys, don't forget, give me a thumbs up, comment below, and subscribe. I'll see you in my next video. Bye now, and happy sewing.